Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I had to do a little reaction here to the latest news. So it's been announced that the new Batman movie coming out, that's being directed by Matt Reeves after the relinquishing of Ben Affleck as the director for the same movie. The new pick, the new Batman, is no other than the former Twilight star. The guy who played Edward Cullen, the vampire that everybody made fun of, the twinkly vampire, Robert Pattinson. Now, when Batman vs. Superman was first announced and, we saw some mock-up images here on the internet, that was like the first one that came out and says, this is not for me. I don't really care for Ben Affleck as an actor. I don't like him. But then you guys saw my Batman vs. Superman review. You've seen the multiple videos I've done discussing the movie and how much I liked it. I liked Justice League. I said that Ben Affleck was pretty much one of my favorite Batman of all time. I said actually that I preferred his performance to that of Christian Bale. I don't know what it was, but the older, gritty Bruce Wayne just did it for me. And, I'm not going to sit here and compare, movies and talk about The Dark Knight and, Batman Begins and which movies are better. I'm just saying that the performance of Ben Affleck was exactly what I was looking for in Batman. He had a very gritty look to him. And that's how it was. When Ben Affleck was a young actor, I don't know, I found him to be very dislikable, annoying. I just didn't like his face. But as he got older, I don't know, I think he started appearing in better films. I don't know, he started kind of gaining better acting chops. Whatever the case may be, I really enjoyed it. So, I guess you could pretty much chalk up like the negative critical response and fan response to Ben Affleck deciding to step down from the director's chair and also the role of Batman. But this new choice, I'm trying to compare it here. I'm trying to play devil's advocate and say I'm wrong because, I said that the guy I ended up liking in Ben Affleck, I was wrong about that. It was a good performance. I mean, there's probably some people that agree with me. See, that was the thing. It was like, say what you want about the story of those two films, that being Justice League and Batman vs. Superman, but you gotta at least say that Ben Affleck was better than you thought he was going to be in that role. But, it's just, you look at the movies that Ben Affleck had been in, and forget about, Geely and stuff with J-Lo, forget about those movies. He was in Pearl Harbor. There's a number of movies that you could go back years ago and we could discuss, and, the film credits are better than what Robert Pattinson has under his belt. Now, the Twilight series, it's almost funny that those movies were so huge and no one even talks about them today. And I was looking, I don't even think a lot of people remember who he is even. I'm going to be quite honest. And I don't know if that's maybe because, the next generation coming up from, behind me and maybe a few others. Does anyone remember that this guy was a teen heartthrob? And, that's good. You want to have, a handsome dude being Bruce Wayne. I'm saying, but this guy, I don't know. They went a little bit too pretty boy with it. You gotta have a little bit of grit, You gotta have a little bit of bite. And I'm sorry, but, okay, forget about it. Think about maybe if you don't know Robert Pattinson and you go into this blind, not knowing who he is and everything. I don't know. You look at him and he just doesn't quite cut it. I mean, he's matured. Obviously, he's gotten older. But this is not a Bruce Wayne. I mean, I'm sorry, this is not the Bruce Wayne that I'm looking for. I don't think that this is the Bruce Wayne that you guys want either. But I'm seeing actually, I gotta credit the fans. Like, it's a positive response, but at the same time, it pisses me off. There's so many people that have given DC shit over the years for their for the movies, and me even being a Marvel fan, which is hilarious. And I'm here always sitting here saying that these movies are not as bad as everyone says that they are. But like, everyone is just fine with this. It's like the dog in the flaming apartment. This is fine. No, it's not fine. This is not really a good pick. I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be like, oh, you're so negative. Give him a chance. I know. Look, maybe the movie will come out, and I'm sure he's not going to do a terrible job. I'm sure, at the very least, he'll be decent, passable. But I'm just saying, they could have done way better than this. I mean, really, like, I'm looking at this guy's film credits, and I was saying, like, I gotta see on Wikipedia. I gotta take a look and see what this guy has been up to since Twilight, because I have not heard a single peep from him. Now, chalk that up maybe to my, ignorance on his filmography, or, or these, movies that he's been in. But it seems like he's been in some of these, like, I don't know, those movies that you never see, like the non-blockbuster movies. It's those are the movies that get, like, nominated that no one really watches. So, like, that's probably why. That kind of proves it. Because he's actually been in quite a few movies. Like, he's at least been in, like, one movie a year since the last Twilight film, whatever that was, like New Moon or Eclipse. I don't fucking know. But anyway, like, no one's seen those movies. That's why no one even remembers that he played, like, one of the most popular characters in fiction, in literature, when that comes to Twilight. And I know a lot of people, you'll kind of, like hold your chest a little bit in surprise, like, literature. Well, that's technically what it is. But people have completely forgotten about this guy. And maybe that's Matt Reeves' strategy. Okay, this guy kind of played a little bit of a goofy role back in the day, but it was popular. So we know, we know that this guy can act. He's no, Al Pacino or anything like that. He's not an amazing actor, but I mean, he's passable from what I've seen. Okay, the Twilight movies were not always 100% terrible. I think this, whatever the second one was, I remember it was half decent. At the time, I don't know. I think if I go back and I watch it, it would probably be horrible. But I remember that was the sequel to Twilight, was the first Twilight movie I saw with a friend. And I remember I said that this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I was like, it's okay. It was serviceable. I didn't hate it. And then I remember I remember this. I actually purchased the DVD of the first movie. And I was like, oh my god, the first movie is so bad of Twilight. It is boring. And I think that I think all of them actually became better actors. And whatever her name was, what was the name of the girl that he was in love with? See, this is what I'm saying. I don't even remember her fucking name. The girl that, like, that Taylor Lautner and Robert Pattinson were in love with. What was it? I think it was Bella. That's right. Whoever played her, she was said she's a boring girl, not even that attractive, and it was like, what? And it was so bland and boring, and like, oh my god, it's just saying, so now that I'm going to be seeing one of my favorite superheroes being portrayed by this guy, I'm saying he wasn't the worst actor in the movie. Actually, if anything, I preferred him over Taylor Lautner, and definitely way better than the girl who played Bella in that movie. But I don't know. It's just such a weird choice. Like, I don't know, like, who I would cast as Batman. I'm just saying, like, I haven't really thought about it. But I'm just saying, I just feel like there's better choices out there. Like, there's a number of young actors that would love to play this role that would probably look 10 times better in the role than this guy. Like, I don't know. I just don't see Bruce Wayne coming from him. But, whatever. Here's to hoping, like, I don't want to root for this movie to be bad or to be a bad performance. I'm just saying it takes me out of it. I mean, maybe I have to see him in the movie. Maybe it has to be like Ben Affleck. I have to see him there in the role to fully appreciate what he brings to the table. So, I guess I will reserve, my most critical part of my judgment for when that Batman movie comes out. And there's some news that he's going to be facing off against Catwoman and Penguin. That combo is a complete ripoff of Batman Returns, but whatever. I mean, that movie is how many years old now? It's like 25 years old at the very least. So, Edward Cullen is going to be the new Batman. Go figure. What a world, right? Anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. And guys, thank you for watching. Until next time.